were way more energized today. We saw all kinds of stuff. So I was still feeling a little jet laggy. I was so excited for breakfast. I was just like curious what Indians ate for breakfast. Oh my god, it's so good. Indian breakfast was awesome. One of the hotel staff came by and asked me if I wanted like an American style omelet. Hell no. First place we went to was Qutb Minar, and I'm probably saying it wrong, I'm so sorry. But it's a mosque complex, and it was built in 1192. That's over 800 years ago. That's crazy. And just like, oh my god, like as you're walking through, I kept imagining like there were people just walking through these structures, and it was all built up and it was all new, and I mean this was like a part of their daily lives. It was just so incredibly humbling to like stand in the ruins of something so old. Like, it just boggles my mind. Next, we went to the Lotus Temple. It's so humongous. Pictures online, and even this footage is not really doing it justice. When you go in, you actually have to remove your shoes and socks. You can't take pictures inside. Even though so many people are there, you actually get some space to yourself. It was kind of nice to have a break like that in the middle of the day. But after that, we carried on our way. The next thing we did was some shopping. I've always wanted a pair of harem pants. I guess, like, they don't call them harem pants here in India. Thank God I can draw. Can you get, like, pants like this? Then the main thing that I know I wanted to do that day was to actually visit the Red Fort. Our driver took us to the Red Fort, but there was like this area where cars were not allowed, and so we had to transfer to a rickshaw. Okay, thank you. Jesus! That had to be like the most terrifying and fun thing in my life. So the guy on our rickshaw, his name is Ramesh, he told us that because it's Sunday, the Red Fort's going to be super crowded. I mean, you can go to see the Red Fort, but you're going to be in line most of the time. It's not going to be a use of your time. Do you mind if I take you other places? And so my coworker and I was, sure. It was crazy. And then he stopped at a mosque, and if I remember correctly, this mosque was actually built by the Mughals. It was just like, oh, it was so beautiful. And we wanted to go in, but I needed like a scarf to cover my head and shoulders, and my coworker was wearing shorts, so we just decided to hang out on the outside and get some pictures. Wow. So at the exit of this mosque, there was this child that like started just kind of like walking around, like swimming around like a shark. It's so hard to not give them money, but like unanimously I was told again and again not to do it. Then you would just get flooded in with people. I mean, it's just kind of hard to watch a little bit. We hopped on the rickshaw. We started going again. The rickshaw goes pretty fast. And I look over and the kid is like seriously booking it. Like alongside our rickshaw. Like he's literally running. I tried to ignore him. I look back and he's like sitting on the rickshaw. I look back, he's gone. I look back, he's running again. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna mind my own business. That kid can do whatever he wants. I'm trying to take a selfie, right? Just out of nowhere. Just starts posing. I was dying. I was laughing so hard. So then we started like winding down this little second-hand bazaar. This bazaar has all these clothes. And this bazaar has all these clothes that were like, the best way I can describe it is like leftover clothes. Think about like any clothes, like concert merchandise, sports games, t-shirts that just don't get sold in the US, right? There's overstock, or the event has passed, 5Ks passed, the concert's passed. In some cases, according to my manager, they actually print both sports team in case they win some game, right? Losing team, they just export them. And so this shop is just like full of these leftover clothes that no one's ever bought in the US. And it was interesting, like random 5Ks and like just like really outdated American stuff. It was really fascinating. So the rickshaw finally gets to our driver. I look around and that kid who was running before, he is still there. He ran that entire way. I had to give it to him, like, there's no way I'm gonna let you go empty-handed. I made sure no one else saw that though. After that, we decided, hey, it's been a long day, like, let's head back to the hotel. And our driver was so nice, like he decided, hey, well, we can take this route, which will take you to the hotel. We can also go to the hotel using another route that will pass by the India Gate. I'm like, go for it, fool. Dude, our driver was incredible. Like, he's just so sweet, and it was actually nice having the same driver the entire time. He's the one who drove us for 3 hours to Agra. When we had our Delhi trip, he just kind of made up an itinerary for us. Everything that he recommended, we just loved. There was nothing that we were unhappy about. And he made sure that we were being taken care of. And we would kind of have these conversations like about family. He would tell us about the history of certain things in India. He would point out things that we should really pay attention to while we were on the road. We definitely made sure we left him a tip. But, I mean, he really made this weekend incredible. And it was all him.
Wow. One is coming, one is going. And these buildings weren't here?
It was very fast-paced. India was never really on my, top 10 places to visit. I'm so fortunate that my job has allowed me the opportunity to travel to India. Definitely underestimated it. And even researching for this trip, I realized there is a serious gap in my knowledge when it comes to Indian history and Indian culture, Hinduism, and all of that. And kind of thought it was gonna be a scary, uncomfortable trip, but I have not felt either of those sensations at all. This weekend's been incredible, and just happy to be here.